Good morning, YouTube. We got action. Getting ready to pour about 55, 60 yards of flat work over the hydronic system. The homeowner had asked us to change a couple things, so we got out here about 4:30 in the morning with flashlights and discovered a pretty good mistake on the plumber's part that needs to get fixed. And the concrete's already here. So this pipe right there needs to move 9 inches over. With our foam and our hydronic already in, that's kind of a puckery problem. But we just started the concrete all the way over here. Miguel and his guys are not slowing down, but the plumber is on his way. And we will just cross our fingers and hope for the best. Can't watch everybody, but that's gonna have to get fixed. So one way or another, we're gonna have to see something give. But we got 4,000 PSI, just to give you our mix design, 4,000 PSI at about rolling out here at about a 5. They wet it up just a little bit. And, oh, my bad. I'm standing in the way of the laser. I'm that guy. So we got about a 4,000 PSI mix at about a 5 slump. They're wetting it up just a little bit. They got 0.5% of calcium. It was in the mid 40s when we got up this morning. It's gonna get up into the low 60s today. The sun won't be on this part for quite a while. This is the eastern end of the house. So as the sun comes up, it's gonna hit this end of the house first, which we're gonna pour last. Hopefully kind of even out the kickoff so that nobody gets behind. And that's the plan. Pouring the walls on Tuesday. Today's Friday, so we got today to wrap it up. My boys are off Monday. And so we got to be kind of ready for the walls today as well. And we did get the man himself today. John graced us with his presence. Austin usually is too impatient to book him far enough in advance, and we always end up with the B team. But I told Austin last week that on this job, because I'm doing so much video content on the Elements system and the heat sheet, I wanted nothing but the best. So lucky to have John here.
Okay guys, so I'll just talk about this project a lot more while we watch Miguel and his guys kick butt. But what they're doing now, effectively, you'll notice we don't have a lot of grade pins on this because it's a pretty long house, but it's also narrow enough that as long as we have one level line down the middle and we have grade all the way around the perimeter, because the way we set this up, it comes out at exactly a seam in the ICF, so we didn't have to pop lines. Worked out really smooth in that regard. And Miguel is very good at keeping the concrete pretty close, but you can see here that they've used a laser to level the middle line of the house and along one wall. And once they get this first truck laid down, they step back and they screed with one of their aluminum screeds. You can see they're working over on the left with that. They'll then screed the field out, between their lines. And it's a real efficient process. You can kind of see the concrete filling in around the hydronic pipes right there. You can go back to the last video and watch the hydronic install. I will give you a little bit of my thought process on Heat Sheet Heavy. That's a product made by the Logix brand's AMC foam, and I love it. It's 2 foot by 4 foot sections that is easily installed because it's 2 foot by 4 foot instead of trying to wrestle 4 by 8 sheets. It's tongue and groove, so they lock together, and that means they're not moving around as you walk on them, which is actually kind of an annoying problem with traditional foam sheets. The nubbed or the pucked form, which is the Heat Sheet Heavy on 4-inch centers, I will tell you it's about 30% more than the stuff without pucks. But if you're going to do hydronic heat, you've got to tie all those pipes to wire that you would have to purchase. And then the labor of tying it all to the wire is definitely significantly different than just stepping it in to the pucks on layout. So the Heat Sheet Heavy is a value if you're doing hydronic, in my opinion, because it won't come out to being more money. Installed, it's going to be cheaper than using regular foam and wire. and I will talk about this more at the end of this video, but this project is going so slick and so smooth that I can't tell you how impressed I am with the new Elements blocks. I really like their entire suite of products that I have gotten to use on this project. And you can get any of this through us at All Three Pools. I know that sounds like a pool company only, but we are a full service ICF supplier and installer. But we can get you any of the products by AMC Foam and Form Solutions, Logix brands, and it is it's a great partnership that is kind of blossoming on this project here that I can't tell you how excited I am. You guys can hit us up at support@all3pools.com, and Patrick will get back to you. We will quote your project delivered anywhere in North America or even Hawaii. We're talking to people right now over in Maui that are wanting to rebuild for fire suppression, which is obviously a big concern. So anyway, me and Eric got on a call with the guy. You guys have heard me kind of tease this a little bit. I'll give you a little bit more information. But we did get on a fairly long and detailed phone call with the guy who is building the heat exchangers for the Bitcoin mining computers. And honestly, we got some really great answers. I believe that it will be a very effective method for heating this house based on what he told us. But there is so much analysis and analytical work for us to do to be able to answer a lot of your questions. Basically, as technology is doubling every 3 to 4 years now, and these computers are getting more and more efficient, the cost goes up for the computer, but the revenue generated by the computer also goes up, and the energy consumption goes up. And it's really looking for that absolute sweet spot of perhaps you're buying a 2-year-old miner or a 3-year-old miner to produce a little less revenue, but for a lot less energy, but give you the heat you need. And it's a really neat idea and technology, but it does or is going to require a good bit of vetting by Eric and I over this winter.
Okay, so they got all the concrete placed in about 2 hours. They've started power troweling. They've got 2 power trowels in here. They're only using 1 so far. There's guys hand sliding the far end there. I'll walk down there in a second, but I thought while my boys are out of camera range, it's not a terrible time to kind of show you the pink bar detail. These are full 20 footers. This vertical here, we're gonna leave it run wild on the part that's going up a 2nd story. So we'll have to like lift our blocks up and over those, but seems like a good idea. But you can see kind of the zigzag all the way down. All right, guys, that's a wrap on this week. I will show you a couple things real quick that the boys got done while the concrete pour was going on. Obviously, the bucks did come in a couple days ago and the boys got busy. But little things, I'll get into the actual buck install and the way we brace it. I'll show you the bracing now, but I'll show you the actual buck install on the next floor when I have time to mess with it. But what we do here, and on the inside or whatever side you're not bracing, we'll just run a single piece of plywood up the side. But if you notice, we don't do that most places. If the web, the webs that are closest to it, if the web is closer than 4 inches, meaning, where the factory joint would be, we leave it alone because those blocks are kind of engineered not to pooch out at 4 inches of, horizontal cantilever, whatever you want to call, to the edge of the block. But if it becomes more than 4, we stick some plywood on it and screw it to the web. And I'm not worried about the block actually blowing out. I'm just worried about a little bulge if it's 6 or 7 inches, and it's all just how the layout works. So if it's more than 4, rule of thumb is we put something on it. Again, this is my first big tall pour with the new Elements blocks. I don't know that it's necessary, but it's necessary with most blocks. I've always done it with Fox, and that's how we've avoided seeing a lot of the pooches and swells that have to be rasped off before drywall or brick. I'm gonna spin it around, show you a couple things from the inside. We got the arch door cut out and bucked. We do not have it completely braced because it's our main path in. but it went really well. I've got a little formula that, believe it or not, Eric designed for me probably 18, 19 years ago when I was complaining about having to use tape measures to figure out arch spans or arch radius measurements. He gave me a little algebraic formula within like 5 minutes using his math nerddom that is so handy in our current venture. And I've had that thing in my head memorized for all these years. And I showed Petey, he wanted to use 2 tape measures. And I'm like, no, let's bust out the formula. It worked perfectly, except I was still operating on the premise that that window or that door was 9 feet tall. So Petey got to cut it twice. It's now 10 feet tall. He cut it absolutely perfect at 9 feet tall, which was the original drawing. But guys, Miguel did an amazing job finishing the floor. We've got all of our bastard joints sewn up tight. The only things left to do is I got to bring some baker scaffold in here. We got to bring this block on out to where the steel will set, and we have to attach our rim board, which I will show you next week. We'll have about 2.5 hours to get that done before the pour. And then we also have to screw any plywood onto the windows, which I'll show you what I'm talking about up close. You see right here, there is a web right next to this one. Or over here, it's 1, 2, 2.5 inches away. You know, you can see 1 inch, 2 inch, it's about 2.5 inches. Those are not gonna bulge. But this one over here, you got your web right here, and then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5 inches. This is really a weak spot, and it's very likely under the pressure of the concrete to bulge. So we will screw plywood to at least that first web and the buck so it is secure. So, you know, we won't have to do it there, but we will do it here. So that's all. I mean, it's a good thing to do. Wouldn't say it's absolutely completely necessary, but your drywaller and your masons on the outside, or whoever does your siding, whatever you do, the cladding, will hate your guts if you don't. So the little hillbilly manifolds I made are holding real nice here. So everything went good during the pour. But guys, next Tuesday, today is Saturday, next Tuesday, the 5th, on election day, we are going to be pouring about 110 yards in this sucker. And then I'm going to get out of the way. We've got about 4 pools coming up right in a row. And so I'll be on a lot of pools all over the place while the boys are sewing up this place, getting it framed and roofed. And then we are out of here. That's all we're doing on this job. The pool back here and a pool down at Table Rock will be the first 2. And we've got a couple more builds this winter already lined up and bidding on a couple more. I can't believe how busy the pool game is this time of year. It is somewhat abnormal, which I guess is kind of the point of what we do in the pool game. So guys, remember, if you guys like this block, I mean, I am so excited after this pour. This is my last vetting of this product, is to pour something, 13 feet high. We have no issues like we would expect to have with Fox. No issues with Fox, no issues with these. We are offering these things right now through Logix Brands and Elements for less than I could buy Fox for. We're retailing them out. They are really making a market share play. If you guys have any projects coming up, give us a shout. Hit up Pat at support@all3pools.com. I know it says All 3 Pools, but we are absolutely a full-service ICF company, and we are happy to quote you a delivered project price on an entire house like this. And I think you guys will be very pleasantly surprised at the numbers. Logix, like I said, is really trying to make up for lost time and really compete in the marketplace right now. And given the quality of the product, I hope it stays there a long time, but don't know, because it's a fantastic product. Like I said, once I get this pour done, we'll see. But hit up Patrick. We can get this stuff delivered anywhere in North America to you. So I'll see you guys next week.